Hi, this is Samantha Foley Prince, and you're watching Gbam TV. We're here in Hollywood at the African American Film Critics Association Awards ceremony, and tonight we are celebrating and honoring the best in directing, screenwriting, and producing. So I got to ask you this question, Cheryl. Last year, Selma got snubbed for an Oscar, and right here at AAFCA, we nominated it for Best Movie of the Year. This year, same thing with Straight Outta Compton, got snubbed. Here it is getting nominated again. Could this be the next Black Oscars?
You know something? I think you're on to something. Now, isn't it interesting, though, that Selma was snubbed last year, and the only thing it got was Best Song? Because, you see, the Oscars has no problem in letting us entertain them, right? So thank God Selma had a great song. Straight Outta Compton got snubbed, but the only Oscar nomination they did get was for the writers, and they were white.
Well, if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. We have to keep celebrating ourselves, loving on ourselves enough until people just see that we're, you know, regardless of whatever you think, we're gonna love and celebrate it anyway. But it's unfortunate that we can't be in the same room and on the same stage and carry the same accolades as everyone else.
I would love that, but I also believe that there needs to be a shift in the Oscars and the Academy Awards for us all to be acknowledged. I don't feel like separation is key. I feel like there needs to be something like what is happening now, that people are opening their eyes and seeing that there isn't any diversity in the whole Academy at all, and the voters and anything. So I think it starts now.
I think it should have always been, you know. Right now, I just think that I think certain thing has to happen in order to shine light on other things, and now that's what this is about to be.
The Oscars are going to be the Oscars. This is going to be this. I think over time, Black always transcends. It transcends. So, you know, we're from the continent where everyone takes things from it but doesn't want to pay for it.
You know, I'd like to have a bigger conversation. I wouldn't say this is an alternative. I would say that this stands on its own as something that is needed. This organization and this event is about us, for us. It stands on its own legs, and thank God for it. But I think this is a place where we as African Americans can celebrate our own stories, we can celebrate our own productions, and uplift each other.
People of color need to, Black people need to, we need to have our own systems and our own institutions honor us. You know, so many people are so, I think there's too much of a colonialist mentality to think, let me be included, include me. You know what I mean? When, you know, we're already taking over pop culture. You know what I mean? So if we're not a part of the equation, then you're not hip.
It's hard for me to make a comparison because I acknowledge the acknowledgement. I don't acknowledge the snub. So for me, all I see is this right now. Being here, you know, having the nomination, having the award. This is amazing. I'm proud of, you know, my culture, my people, and the fact that we're showing the support. And that's something that needs to happen more and more in the industry, is that we need to support one another and support good films and good filmmaking, because that is what influences the real change, you know? As far as being snubbed, I mean, honestly, I had no feelings either which way about it, but I'm happy that it ignited a conversation. Now we just have to see if actions are taken and followed through, and see if those actions create the environment that we are hoping for. But it takes consistency. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a few months. It needs to happen consistently, year after year after year, to see the integration and see the acceptance of it.
That's a great question. I mean, we're all about the Renaissance.
Yeah.
We've been, you know, I mean, we've been married for 7 years, and from day one, you know, we've just talked about art in this resurrection and cultivating of new artists, you know, across the board. And I've always been interested in the conversation, even diversifying the diversity conversation for people of color at large. And so, yeah, I hope so. I hope this time it honestly sparks, you know, some real change and really invigorates our community. You know, we have no control over that, but I hope it really invigorates our community to continue to create and build each other up and support each other in like real and meaningful, tangible ways.
And I think at the end of the day, too, for us as well, is that it is about it's less about the awards, but more so about being able to see yourself on whatever screen that is. It is about seeing our images in so many different lights. It's not just that we're slaves or that we're, bad guys or whatever you want to call it, but that we're doctors, we're lawyers, we're
flawed and
we're flawed and we're messed up, and we're the superheroes who are flawed. We have all those things. We're in thrillers. We should be in sci-fi. It's across the board. Yeah. This rally cry that we have now, I pray that it continues on forever. I don't ever want us to be complacent about, oh, we got it, so we're done now. Right. No, this is how we get back into that same funk again and do it all over again. We just repeat, and we don't want that.
I mean, it's been a challenge, but we are persevering and will continue to persevere, and we're just hopeful that, eventually the industry will change. But if it doesn't, we're going to continue to do what we do regardless.